Hello, hello, hello. Hey, friends. Svava Brooks here. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for stopping by to check this out. My name is Svava Brooks. I'm abuse survivor coach, and I love to hang out here on YouTube and Periscope on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, supporting fellow survivor thrivers on the healing journey as we work our way through my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self, one page and one day at a time, sometimes one breath at a time, one stroke in the pool at a time, right, Wanda? Hey, friends. But if you're here live, right here, right now, please say hello. Please let us know where you're from and that you're here so we can welcome you. I know. Is today Thursday? Wait a minute. What did I miss? Right? This week went by like that, especially when... Now you're scaring me. Is it Wednesday? See how easily we can play with our mind? No matter what day it is, we're here. I made it. Right? Yeah, let's celebrate and pretend it's Friday. There we go. Woo-hoo. But my friend, yeah, power of suggestion. Exactly. So, and for those that are watching and new to our stream here, I'm going to be putting out a couple of questions, some things to consider around healing after trauma. And if you would like to learn more about my groups or how I help survivors one-on-one through life coaching or my books, please visit my website, svavabrooks.com. And please let me know how I can serve you in any way. So, yes, right? I feel like I missed out on this week, as I'm sorry I wasn't here for you guys on Tuesday. Life happens, and my body said nope. And I basically took a couple of days off this week, but I am back, feeling good, and felt good to get out of the house. So I met up with a friend, colleague locally for coffee this morning. Then I came home and I had a TRE session. So lots of stuff to catch up on. Haven't been out of commission for a couple of days. So, but it was great. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. Yeah, I felt the same. I looked in the mirror and I'm like, hey, gorgeous. How are we doing today? I'm playing, but right? I was happy to feel like I could smile today because last couple of days I did not feel good. So thanks, friends. Thank you. And how are we doing today? What's new and good? In our self-care group, we are going on a lot of walks out in nature this week. It makes me so happy to see, right? Every day, you guys are just starting where you're at, doing what you can with the time that you got, where you are in the world. Yes, I am, Wanda. Thank you. You beat me to it, right? I finally heard back from them. So my invitation got lost in email heaven. So I followed up with them a couple times, and then I had Sabrina search her email box, and I finally got it. And I've sent in an application to go to their next tree planting event on November 9th. So, and I get to invite my family to come with me. So I've asked them, I've put in names, I'm waiting for approval, and I was hoping that I can live stream it. So you guys will all get to be with me while I will plant this tree that you guys bought for me. It just brings me such warmth to think about. That was so unexpected. So I'm so excited. I had never in my wildest dreams would I think that I would be planting a tree, right? In our name, for all of us. It will be awesome. And then we're going to have to visit every year, guys, right? I was going to bring one of my hearts. I don't know if they will let me plant it with a heart, but maybe if I make it a paper heart, because I don't know if they will let me put our heart with it. So we'll see. But I'll keep you posted. And once I have a confirmation, I'll send you guys a confirmation so we can set the date. There you go. That's an idea, Rob. That's an idea. It will grow to be the tallest tree out there of love. You got it. You got it, Wanda. The other thing I thought of, I have other rocks that are heart-shaped, that are more like from nature, actually. Actually, I just brought one from Iceland this time. Maybe I'll bring that one so I can leave it there. Other people probably won't even notice it. And that way we'll know. Exactly. Something biodegradable for a heart and a rock. And like I said, I have a heart-shaped rock. Hey, friend, welcome. So I'll keep you guys posted. Super excited about that. So took a while, but the timing is perfect. So I always trust in these things. It's going to happen when the time is right. Yeah, exactly, Sue. I have a little heart-shaped rock from Iceland. So yes. So today we are on day 290. This is getting close to the countdown here at the end of the year. What do you think? Day 290 out of 3. How many days in the year? Hey, Wesley from South Carolina. Glad you're here. What's the topic? We are talking about releasing your authentic self, healing and restoration after childhood abuse or trauma. And just so you know, I got 2 streams going on, Periscope here, YouTube live here. I'll do my best to keep an eye on the chat. And so if you have a question, bear with me. I'll do my best to navigate everybody. And then I'm also going to be sharing from the page of the day, which is in our closed Facebook group. I will put it out there at the topic. And then I have a couple of questions. And please feel free to chime in with your comments, thoughts, inspiration, empowerment, encouragement. The more, the merrier. So yes, exactly, right? Sue, day 290. This year is flying by, but it's a good one. It's been a good one. It's been a good year. I'm excited. It's going to go down as a good year. So your purpose in life is to feel joy. How about that? That's our purpose. What do you think? It is right. It's a right you were born with. You were born worthy of life, full of happiness, which makes it your purpose to pursue. All right, thanks, Wanda. And you fulfill it by doing what brings you joy and makes your heart soar. What makes your heart sing? I think I can still remember the first time. I was like, wait a minute. That's my heart song. My heart is singing. And like I often say here, I'm just here to help you find your heart song. So, which will change over the years. Yes, the song definitely changes. It could even change from week to week, day to day, as you grow and change and heal. But whatever it is, that thing that makes you smile and laugh, right? Feel warm and loved and feel open and inspired or joyful and fulfilled. That is you fulfilling your purpose. And I don't know about you, I used to trip over it. What's your purpose? I'll be like, it had to be something really grand or something amazing, something really big accomplishment out there. But then I learned, no, it's nothing really big out there. It's all in here. So I'm excited to see what you guys came up with. So how do we discover this true purpose? And today we're going to share what is the one thing, I hear you, Sue. What is the two questions today? What's the one thing you do that makes you the happiest at this point on your healing journey, right? And what is the one thing that makes you feel alive at this point on your healing journey? So I understand, Sue. I do understand the struggle. And sometimes it's like from day to day, we forget. It's like, like the last couple of days, I was not feeling well, and, finding what brings me joy in those struggles when we are, either sick or in pain, or life is hard, right? So it's part of life, right? Is that it isn't all about sunshine and roses every time. But because I think once we realize some of the hard stuff is part of life, that we treasure the other stuff even more, or are more grateful for it, and learn to, I know this is also hard when things are good, when you tap into peace or joy, or, oh my God, this is such an amazing experience, then we start looking around waiting for the other shoe to fall. So we struggle with the bad and we struggle with the good. And that's, I think, the most important part mindfulness has taught me. It's like, I think I'm just really addicted to the struggle stuff. Like or my mind is very good at spinning that struggle, like taking in whatever that thing is, and whichever way, there's going to be some struggle or worry about it. So coming back to the breath. Okay, right here, right now. Rob says, and add chatting to, okay, got it. That's great. Rob is adding to his already comment in the Facebook group. I love it, right? And that's exactly what we're noticing when we do slow down and come in the present moment. It's like the present moment starts to expand a little bit. It's practice. It's like a muscle. Sue says, yep. And Wanda says, I feel the most joy spending time with my fur babies. It is just their nature to enjoy the moment. Yes. Right? Isn't that, animals are, dogs and cats are such powerful teachers. Powerful teachers. Beautiful. So I'm going to scroll down here and see what you guys commented on this here. Donna, are you here? Can I share yours? I have the feeling that it's okay, but I'm going to wait here. Let's see. Rob says, I had that today. His puppy Dex jumps up in my lap and kisses and snuggles in for a good sleep. Nice. And Wanda says here, I'm learning to find joy in socializing, something that used to bring me so much anxiety. I get it. I totally get it. Yep. You're not alone. Who else can relate to Wanda? Sometimes being in social situations. It's not always, the most calming thing to do. So, but being intentional, going into social situations, grounded and aware and connected to ourselves, maybe helps us then to navigate connecting to what's happening around us. So So let's see here. Rob just said, at present, I feel most alive when I am foraging in the woods. The pursuit of edible fungi is one that engages all the senses. I agree, Rob. Obviously, sight and smell, but it requires a mindfulness to notice the tree and soil type, which indicates which fungi I should be looking for. It's been called the silent hunt. Love that. And it's very primal, and I feel connected to nature. And it's even better when I have my pug Dexter with me. And this is when Rob was saying, chatting with good friends and new and old, serious, jokey, and playful is joyous. So that was his answers to the question, what's the one thing that makes you the happiest at this point of your journey? And what's the one thing you do that makes you feel alive at this point of your journey? Hey, Sharon. Hey, friend. Yes, exactly, Rob. Exactly. And it's that sixth sense when you just have a feeling. That's right, Rob, because we are so connected to nature. I think a lot of our hurt and the feelings of disconnect come from being disconnected from nature. So, hey, LD. Hey, friends. So glad you're here. Woohoo, LD's in the house. Sharon is here. Absolutely, exactly. And that's why it makes me so happy to see you guys are starting to go outside more, going for walks. Shut the front door. Right? The more we are, it's like going outside, it's like you can't help but being in nature, you can't help but being present in the moment. Feel connected. And when we are connected, noticing nature, we are connecting with it. We are connecting with it. Wanda says here, I really feel good when I make others laugh. That is a good feeling, isn't it? That is a good feeling. You know, Wanda, I feel good when I make me laugh. Nobody else laughs at my jokes. They're lame, I'm told, but makes me happy. Hey, Elizabeth. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sharon shares with us dancing and scuba diving makes me feel alive. And we have seen your dancing, Sharon. And yes, I totally get it. You are a great dancer, and it was fun dancing with you. So much joy. So we've got some transportation requirements or requests going on the chat right now, but that's good. That's good. I'm glad we're multitasking here. Welcome, Sharon. You're welcome. And I would love to, I've gone scuba, but I haven't, snorkeling, not scuba diving. I'm mixing the two, very different things. So snorkeling, but I would love to learn how to do scuba diving because I'm a water baby, as a few of you here love water. And it wasn't until once you get in the water and really go under in the water that, oh my God, it was a powerful experience. Really felt at home in the water. That's right, Sue. We love the boots. We love the boots are made for dancing, right? At least Sharon's boots are. Yes, we are so glad you're here, Elizabeth. I'm sorry we went dark for a few weeks, but yes, we missed you too. Our journey to Iceland for a few weeks, and I was sick this week. And so, anyways, yeah, there you go, Sue. Maybe I'll combine my cold water dipping with the scuba diving in Iceland through that clear, cold water at Alþingi, right? That's right, Rob. You are so sweet. We missed you, Elizabeth. Yes, we did. You'd like to do that? I bet. Bet. So we better get you into the cold water tub next time. That was fun. All right. So thank you, Rob. Thank you so much for sharing. It's been fun to watch you foraging in the woods. And my friend, I have to just tell you, thank you for that lovely poem that you wrote and shared with the group. Just made my eyes water for some reason. It was lovely, Rob. Really, really sweet of you. Thank you so much for sharing that with me or with us. Makes me so happy. See how much joy you bring me? It's a win-win. Next time, all right, next time you'll read it. And I'm only a Facebook message away. You can record a message, go on live anytime. But it was so sweet. So sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's going into a very special folder. Because I collect the nice things people say to me. Because, you know, I show it to my family around here sometimes when they're not being nice to me. I print some of those out. It's like, see, this is how you guys should be talking to me. I'm just messing around. As you guys know, they're all nice to their mom. I hear you, Rob. All good, all good. Yeah, that's right. There you go, Rob. Do a Netflix show. That will be the next big hit up with, you know, the baking show, the British baking show. Wanda, jump out of a plane with a handsome instructor. Where is this thread going? I am totally lost now. Zombie fungi hunters. There you go. There is a huge following for that already. I want to apologize to our Periscope viewers that have no idea what we're talking about if I'm just reading the comments. This group, they're all over the place today, so not my fault. I'm just here. I'm just here. There you go, Wanda's bucket list. All right. All right. Well, we got the pilot here, right? Yes, that's funny. You guys are too funny. So let's see here. Sue shared with us today. Back in a bit, comments, exactly. There you go, Sue. Sue shared with us today. One of the things that makes me happiest at this point is talking and sharing with those closest to me, like-minded friends who I know, respect, accept, and understand me, and who love and trust me as I do them. Most of them are in this group. High five. She also says, and I feel most alive when I'm out in nature and able to walk or cycle without pain or restriction. and appreciate the beauty around me. And if there is water involved, lake, stream, river, or ocean, that makes me extra happy. Yes, I saw that, Sue, in Iceland. Sue is a lot like me. Water makes us extra happy. She even went swimming in that cold lake. I was like, okay, I'm going to stand back here. You go. Hey, friend. You did. You did. Did a great job. It was an adventure. You were being very adventurous. That was such a nice day. Such a nice day. Loving all the pictures and the memories and our silly photos that you posted. I'd forgotten all of those. As you can say, we were focusing on playing that day. So we were trying on silly hats. Would go in the sea, but couldn't do the cold tub. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I also recognize trying the different cold tubs at the different swimming pools that their temperature range it for sure, like anywhere from 8 degrees Celsius to like 11 or 12. So yes, we did, Elizabeth. Yes, we did. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. So let me ask the question again to anybody that's here and wants to share. What is the one thing you do that makes you the happiest at this point on your healing journey? What makes you happy now on your journey? And what's the one thing that makes you feel alive at this point on your healing journey? These are important questions to ask and important to journal about or sit with or meditate on, because given our history, trauma tends to hardwire our nervous system, body and mind to always being protective, always being on guard, always doing what we need to keep safe. So if that's our upbringing or our training, so to speak, then that's what we're always automatically looking for. And then what happens? We are always very good at focusing on the worst case scenario. What should we be worried about? What could possibly happen? What if? Then we start living with these filters of expecting the worst things to happen, and we start to see all the worst things in people. We start to see the worst things in all the situations we're in, because we're literally hardwired to just focus on that. So it takes some time to rewire our brain and our body. It's like, wait a minute, I am safe right here, right now. So let's focusing on what's good, what's new and good, what brings me joy, what's beautiful out here. It takes time. Sue says, it makes me happy to know I can feel joy sometimes now, and even in the middle of grief, which was a surprise. Yes, right, Sue? That's powerful. Life is full of paradox. Life is full about, right? Here's something and. It isn't either or, black or white. There's a lot of this and that. Exactly, LD, right? That was huge, Sue. And to remember, yes, when those good feelings, it's like we need to practice having them, because for so many of us, when we repress feeling all feelings, we also put the lid on any of the what we would consider good feelings. Elizabeth says here, what makes me happy? It's better to keep your feelings inside and don't show weakness. I hear you, Joshua. That is definitely what we've learned. That's definitely what we've learned. Many of us that don't risk being vulnerable, don't showing how you're really feeling. But who suffers. Many of us do, because we never get to really authentically be ourselves, releasing our authentic self. So it's a practice. Let's see, Elizabeth, what makes me happy is journaling. It's like pouring out my feelings, and afterwards I feel much better. Beautiful, Elizabeth. Beautiful. Right? It's like your hand and your pen takes, or if you're typing, it takes on a life of its own. All right, friend, thank you for sharing that. Afterwards, we feel better. We feel better, right? And it's like feelings is energy. It's like information coming through your system. It's coming to teach you something, to show you something. So it's beautiful also to write it down, because that's in the moment, right? It's like often if we can do it without editing it or being, like, oh, that's not good enough, or, for grammar and stuff, just let it flow. Just let it flow. Let it flow. That's great, Elizabeth. Let's see here. Wanda says, Svava, I was showing my daughter the picture. She saw your picture in the penguin hat and was like, oh, I see why you're so crazy about her. She's silly too. You got it. That's what I say, my friends. Right? I just show up and be myself, my goofy self, and see who wants to hang out with me. Right? That's it. That's what we all should be doing, right? I've played Little Miss Perfect my whole life, and it was exhausting. I hated it. But I was really scared in the beginning. Ooh. Like, what if I'm just really me? And like, what if I say something wrong, or don't look perfect, or say it the right way, or struggle with whatever? Ugh. Yes, Sue, both our inner child's little girls came out to play in Iceland for sure. Actually, I had a couple of friends tell me how, like, they were like, wow, you're so happy when you're in Iceland. And I said, I think it's because I really make extra time to play when I'm there. So I think that's kind of what I end up sharing on social media. So they see a lot of smiley, silly faces. So let's see here. Going through the chat here, YouTube. Yep, the picture captured the confident silliness of play. Yes. And what better, Sue, than to have a fellow silly human that is okay with being silly and play. Doesn't take themselves too seriously. That's the best, Sue. So, and that goes out for Nora too. Nora and I had fun, and that it's like, you can't play with just everybody. Not everybody is playful, but we had fun. So Nora, we had a blast too when you and I were hanging out playing in San Antonio. That was so much fun. Let's see. It brings me joy to think of my bonus dad and dancing when I was a little girl. That was a beautiful song, Wanda, that you shared in our group. I was just listening to it. Yes, that's right. Yes, I agree. When we see LD sharing her family photos, it makes us happy because we know how much LD loves her family, right? We know how much joy. And we've heard her talk about them and how much she loves and cares about them. So when we see pictures, it brings us joy. How to be more playful. Maybe I have suppressed that part of me, says Elizabeth. I hear you, my friend, Elizabeth. That took some time for me as well. There you go, Wanda. Aw, LD, you're so welcome, my friend. Aw, we feel your heart far and wide, and that goes for all you guys. Goes for all of you guys. Elizabeth says, yes, you start with writing and you never know where the flow will take you. And that's key, Elizabeth, right? Stay in the flow, preferably out of that left, brain who wants logic and understanding it all and process and break it down, right? Into lists and categories. So it's great to hear that you can pull that flow with your writing. I think both our little girls went to play, said Sue. Yes. Wanda says, my kids say I'm embarrassing in the store. That only makes me act sillier. Oh, yes, Wanda. I have done that to my kids. They usually walk away. They're not with this woman over here who is singing karaoke or trying on hats or something else silly in the store. And that's it. Catching up, right? So here's my little girl, right? This little girl grew up way too soon. This is my 6-year-old self. She had to be grown up way too soon. So now I do what I can to bring her out to play. And she loves, loves, loves being out in nature. Absolutely, that brings her. And swimming, she was a swimmer from a very young age. So Elizabeth, that's something to consider. If we don't know what brings us joy today, maybe go back a little bit. What did you use to enjoy as a little girl? There you go, Wanda. Elizabeth, do anything that brought you joy when you were younger. Once a month, I take a day of no adulting. I even made mud pies one day. That's awesome, Wanda. That's awesome. I can remember making those mud pies as a little girl because there was a river going through our property in Iceland, which I took Sue to see where I grew up. So, saw that river. Yes, cuddling a large penguin. Yes. Yes, we did that. That's a good idea, Wanda. No adulting. Exactly. Yep. Take a break. Just let that inner child or the inner teenager or some part of you that is like, okay, just play, just hang out. And then also I would suggest, right, sit with your inner child, have a dialogue. Hey, sweet girl, what would bring you joy? What would you like to do? That's actually a very good way to build trust with our inner child, right? Because kids, it isn't just about what we say to them. They are like, well, what are you going to do? It isn't just what we say, but what we do. But when we go out of our way and play based on what they've said they want to do for play, they're like, oh my God, she listened. She paid attention. She actually is doing what she said she was going to do. And she did it to make me happy. I want to do a day of adulting. I hear you, Rob. I hear you. That's another talk because that is actually a part of it too. And we see that, my friends, out there. When we look around in the world, we see a lot of grown-up bodies, but they act like 4-year-olds, right? They're somewhere emotionally stunted, right? No judgment there. No, none. And if life is hard, no matter what big your body is, but if life is hard and your body's overwhelmed, you may default to go into some kind of tantrum, some kind of acting out, or you model what you saw around yourself growing up. So, which again, was not very helpful for many of us. Like no parenting or abusive parenting or neglect for so many of us, or control parenting. So yeah, so it's good to try on these different perspectives. So yep, I might be silly, but I'm fully conscious, unlike the stunted, unconscious herd. Yes. Yes. You are silly, but you are conscious. Yes. Yes, not knowing how to do child or adult. And again, my friends, this is where, inner child work becoming the parent is by, engaging with that part of you. And as you start to engage with that part of you, which is hard in the beginning, like separating, who is my adult self, my wounded self, my inner child self. But the more you do it, give her permission to talk. Like, what do you need? Yes, right, Elizabeth. The more you can start to feel both in your body when that part shows up, and also, or if you're journaling, you can kind of get a sense. And I used to sometimes see it in my handwriting. Sometimes when I'm writing something and I'll be like, wow, I'm writing like a 6-year-old, like not just really messy. And then I'd be like, okay, why is my 6-year-old in charge of the bus right now, or this body? And I'd take a step back and just like, okay, all right, what's going on? Why has the adult left the building? Or, my handwriting, I'm like, right, my handwriting is great today. It's like I'm grounded, I'm present, I'm fully embodied. And then sometimes people even talk about, writing with your opposite hand to give voice to the inner child. So I was never a big fan of that, but I've heard people that try that. So you write back and forth with your adult. Your adult is your dominant hand, and your inner child would be, yeah, exactly. So something to think about, different ways to engage with different parts of ourselves. So very interesting. But again, the more we work with our inner child, the more we also develop our adult self. So it's a win-win. We help the inner child feel their feelings. Hey, from the UK. Hey, friend. We get in touch with, right, the stuff that maybe, unexpressed from your little child, and we create the safety. I'm not going to respond to that. Thank you, friend. And then we can respond to that from our adult self, like the more grounded, parenting, supportive part. And with that, we are giving ourselves the validation, the time, the attention to be with this part of ourselves who, for most of us, when I sit down with my clients and we're doing inner child work, and when they start engaging with their inner child, and this goes from my inner child too, is that what my inner child wanted the most? Can you just listen to me? Are you willing just to hear me? And just to be with me? Just to be heard. I'm a life coach, and I work with adult survivors of trauma. Thank you. I'm glad you're here and asking. So I held up my card here in the beginning. Where did I put my card? Yes, LaDonna, it can be life-changing. Thank you. Here's my card with my email and website. I'm holding this up here for someone asking on Periscope. And again, I was just doing an interview earlier today and sharing a little bit about inner child work and connecting with our bodies, and also sharing is, right, we can heal. And this is a big part of it, is that we are doing our own healing. We are the healer. We are the person that we've been waiting for. No one out here is going to do the healing for you. You're going to do the healing, and you can do it by showing up for yourself. And yes, in the beginning, we need models. And that's again where our beautiful group has been so helpful, because what does that look like? What does that sound like? I can't see that from this inside view, but hanging out with people that are doing that for a while, I'm like, oh, I can relate to what Sue is doing here. That makes sense. I can maybe try that. And that's why we heal each other in groups, right? We see the process over and over and over again. That's right, LD. This group is a game changer. You guys are amazing. So let's see here, my friend. Ooh, lost my mother and my sister. Well, my friend, I'm so glad you're here. I am so sorry for your loss. Grief is hard, right, my friends? We have a few people here that have been processing really deep grief lately. Grief is the hardest thing we will go through. I can't speak for anybody. I think it's a very personal experience, but yeah, but there are stages of grief. It's like we learn to live with it, right? It will never go away completely, I think. But we start to see that there can be grief and, right? Like Sue shared here with us earlier here on the YouTube stream, YouTube chat, that even while she was feeling grief, she was also able to tap into some joy. And again, that often comes with, we need to be intentional about it. We're not pretending the grief isn't there or the hurt isn't there, but we start to make a choice, right? That even though I'm feeling these hard feelings, I'm going to make choices that help me continue in my life, to do what I need to do to stay healthy. I take care of myself, connect with other people. You're welcome, friend. Yep. And definitely getting support, finding a group of people where you are, other people are going through a similar experience is very helpful. Very helpful, because as we know, sometimes it's hard for people to understand when we have a lot of hurt. It makes people uncomfortable when we talk about our grief, or we talk about our sadness, or we talk about our trauma and abuse. So that's, again, where support groups are helpful, because like, hey, we get it. We get it. So you can bring it here. You will be heard. You will be seen. You'll be validated. We may not be able to fix it, right? But we can sit with you. We can sit with you. Just being here, heart to heart, human to human, compassionate, understanding. Well, my friend, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. We all do what we can. I do believe that. Rob says, I heard someone say you learn to live with it or cope. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, it's like post-trauma growth. It's like as we heal, someone is saying, Rob is right. Rob's always right, by the way. Right, Rob? Is that I do believe, when there is so much pain and so much discomfort and hurt, that kind of the human condition forces us to become creative, to like live around it, right? We grow around the grief, and it remains part of us. But in my experience too, the most beautiful, loving, generous, sincere, compassionate people in my life have all been through some horrid stuff. Horrid, hard stuff, right? So trauma, to me, even though, as we know, wouldn't wish hurt on anybody, I also know that it makes for some really amazing humans. People that work through their trauma, and to the people that choose not to take their hurt out on other people. Yes, I agree. I do agree. I do believe that too. Yes, right, Rob, right? Rob is always right, especially when he's wrong. And as you can hear, we have a sense of humor here about this thing called life, because we have to, right? And we choose to. I learned to manage it differently. I miss my parents dearly, and it felt like I would never get over it. I will miss them, and it still hurts, but it's managed. I hear you, Wanda. I hear you, friend. That's it, right? We manage. Everybody, and that's why it's when people ask, how do you get over grief? I don't know. We all do it differently. We all do it differently. So honor what you need and where you're at. Exactly. Yep. Lots of agreements here. I hear you. And that's also, we can't compare, right? We can't compare one trauma to other people's trauma, or to one person's grief to other person's grief, right? Healing and feeling is a very personal experience. And I think every time we compare and think we should be doing it a certain way, we lose. We always lose. The most courageous thing we will ever do as humans is to accept what we're feeling right here, right now. And may it be okay, no matter what other people are saying. Exactly. Sue says the one thing that doesn't help is repressing and squashing it. Yes, I hear you, Sue. Yep. But and exactly, though, it's like to recognize that, someone may be repressing or squishing it because maybe that's the best they can do in that moment. Maybe that's all they can handle, like their capacity, there is like their self-regulation. They're like, no, I gotta stop here. I'm gonna just like put a lid on this and put it aside for a little while. And hopefully they're being intentional, aware of what they're doing. I hear you. I'm trying to navigate two conversations, friends, here. Okay, all right. Thanks for clearing that up. So, well, my friends, Thank you for beautiful sharing. Did I miss everybody? Did I miss anyone? Exactly. There are times where you can't express it, you know, time and place and all that, right? You're welcome. You're welcome. So please help me out, my friends. Did I miss anybody's comments on the post today? I think I got everybody. I am so glad that you all chimed in today. And to sum it up, we were talking about what makes you happy, what sparks joy, what makes you feel alive at this point of your healing journey. Because that's really what we're doing here. It's talking about how to reconnect, how to reclaim what it is to be human, what really brings you alive. That's your birthright. So this weekend, I hope you do more of that. And the card I drew for us today, always perfect on our theme. So one day she decided to plant a garden of her own in Portland, starting with the planting of the tree. And I will post the details of when. And since, you know, most of you guys cannot be with me in person, I will maybe do a live stream. So you guys will be there with me when I plant our tree. So this is what we're doing, my friends. In our group here, we are building a flower and tree garden. And it says in really fine print here. Yeah, one day she decided to plant a garden of her own, and it bloomed. Yes, you guys, look at you. It bloomed. All right, sweet friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Group hug, group hug. I'm leaning in for a hug. I'm leaning in for a hug. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Have a lovely weekend. Do something that sparks joy, brings you connection to yourself and to nature. And I look forward to seeing you guys here. Keep my fingers crossed. Seeing you guys back here on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as we work our way one day, one page at a time. Oh, you're so welcome, Sue. You are so welcome. It is blooming good. It is ducking good. It's a ducking good group. Got that. All right, sweet friends. Until next time, thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful shares. Remember, you already have everything that you need to heal and restore. Absolutely. We believe in you. So until next time.